Mookie, 6 scoreless innings, 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs. What can you say about what Shohei Ohtani did tonight?
I said it yesterday. I mean, it's like we're kind of like the Bulls, and he's Michael Jordan. So he took it over for us, and what a time to show up.
He had been struggling so bad offensively. Obviously, it became a big story what he hadn't been doing on offense. Did you see a night like this coming?
I mean, a night like this is possible anytime with Shohei. So, I mean, he still affected the game in other ways, getting some mistakes and then drawing a couple walks and whatnot. But I mean, you know, it's Shohei. You know, he just showed why he's the best player.
Mookie, it's not easy to get here. You guys are going back to the World Series and doing it in emphatic fashion, 9-1 in the playoffs. What does it mean to be where you're at right now?
It's special, but we got to flush it all, get a little time to rest up. We're all old, so we need a little rest period, and we'll be ready to go next week.
Congratulations, Mookie.
They look scary right now. Xavier Scruggs here to talk about it. Talk about scary is Shohei Ohtani. And what's interesting is the context here, because he really was not hitting very well at the plate, and he busted out in a big old way. What did you see from Shohei today that maybe we haven't seen ever before?
I just saw an adjustment to stay on the pitches that he saw today. Other than, you know, him facing some really nasty lefties previously, some tough matchups, I felt like today he saw the ball a little bit deeper, was more aggressive earlier in the count. You think about the last home run that he hit off of Trevor McGill, one of the best closers in Major League Baseball, just being aggressive, ready to go early on the fastball. And he was very decisive on what he wanted today. There was no off balance. There was no trying to guess. He knew what he was looking for and knew exactly what he wanted to do. The best single game performance we've seen ever in this game.
100 pitches as well.
Yeah.
And 6 shutout innings, strikes out 10. Maybe his best outing of the season, would you say?
I think so. And the reason why is because there was so much swing and miss. 19 swing and miss today, and did it a lot with the split finger. You were talking about it during the highlight. It just had so much movement, so much depth to it, the ability to move it to both sides of the plate, but also he was able to attack with that fastball. He threw 100-mile-an-hour pitches today, so you could tell there was a little extra velocity on his stuff, a little extra movement. He was amped up for the game on the offensive side and on the pitching side.
Listen, we're just sort of responding to this in the moment and what just happened, but if you sort of back out, big picture, this is kind of like a little leaguer who's the best pitcher and the best hitter on your team, but he's the best pitcher and best hitter in baseball at this point. I mean, I don't know if he's the best pitcher, but best player.
Absolutely.
Put in context what we just saw here tonight.
I think it's hard to put it in words, but I think what we're seeing is just somebody that's getting better over time. He's already the best player, but we're continuing to see him get better each time out. Think about what Mookie Betts was just talking about. Like, when Ohtani's available, anything is possible. The fact that we're seeing him continually find ways to one-up himself, to me, is the most impressive thing that we're seeing. But now it's even more important because it's during postseason time, right? This is why Shohei Ohtani took his time on the rehab side of things from a pitching standpoint, so he could be at full strength going offensively and from a pitching standpoint now in the postseason. And it's not just him, it's the depth of their whole rotation.
Yeah.
Think about Snell day one, think about Yamamoto, Glasnow yesterday, and Shohei Ohtani. It doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about this all week, how dominant these pitchers have been. They've all been lined up. You could say this Dodgers team maybe slightly underperformed. They're so loaded with talent during the regular season. They've won 14 of their last 15 now. They've hit their stride.
We faced a really, really talented team that played really, really good. We were part of tonight an iconic, maybe the best individual performance ever in a postseason game. I don't think anybody can argue with that. Guy punches out 10 and hits 3 homers. I'm really proud of our team. I admire our team. Enough has been said. The narrative has been said many times, but it came to an end tonight to a team that is not only talented, played great.
And we've talked a lot about the pitching, and you just mentioned how many pitching performances they had in this series. What'd you make of your offense? Was it their pitching? Was it a little bit of everything? Just what'd you see from the offense over the 4 games?
Well, since the beginning of time in baseball, when you have dominant pitching on the mound, throwing 98 to 100 every guy, and tremendous off-speed pitches, the command they showed. Will Smith deserves a ton of credit. I said it was dominant pitching. If you want to say our offense, I think most offenses would struggle,
Go here in the front row, Sophia.
Murph, when you think about this team and, some of the performances you got from the young guys, right? Guys like Chad and Miz and Caleb. What do you want them to take away from this season and the experience of the DS and playing against a team like the Dodgers?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great experience, but that's where you got to go. That's why the little things matter. That's all the things we harp on matter, because we don't have as big a margin of error when your team is not filled with the same amount of talent. So we learn a lot from it. We had a lot of young players. You mentioned Durbin, Churrio's in his second year. He looked pretty comfortable the whole series. So it's, a lot of good things. Chad Patrick, Miz, a lot of guys stepped up. So excited about that for them. They have experienced this. They've seen it firsthand. They know how precious it is. You lead the league in wins, and you do some great things for the franchise, but still, there's work to be done. So the emotional series in the Cubs is, you guys have to know the Brewers-Cubs thing well. You have to have been part of it to understand how it really zapped a lot out of us emotionally, and then to have to come back and play right away. I think, and then we lose a one-run game, and it just takes us off us. It took us off it a little bit, and then the pitching performances by the Dodgers, basically put the hammer down.
Questions? Back here to Paul.
Murph, not a lot of free agents. I mean, this is pretty much the team you could run back with next year. How do you feel about that, and how much are you looking forward to getting another shot at it with largely the same group?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. You say that, but that's not just how it always works. But right now, we just have to sit back and look at our health and make sure guys are getting healthy. Guys that need off-season procedures and things to get done can stay healthy. We give them a plan of attack going forward. And I love the guys. I love what they bring to the table. I love their possibilities going forward. But like every year, we'll look a little different for sure.
Let's bring in Jessica Mendoza, who got the chance to watch this one front and center. And Jess, just your thoughts on what we saw from Shohei Ohtani tonight.
I mean, can we have the reaction that you saw like every Dodger player have? Because that's exactly what I was doing. And, it's crazy. I cover the Dodgers. I'm in LA all the time. You see Shohei, and it's never a surprise, right? You're always like, oh my gosh, this is Shohei being Shohei. This was a whole nother level. And I mean, to be honest, he's had one postseason game where we've ever seen him pitch and hit. But the fact that he's coming in a clinching game, he'll take the team to the World Series, 10 Ks. When he hit that third home run, I mean, it's like, you're not human. We've never seen anything like it. It's absolutely insane. And I'm talking about someone who's been watching him all year long.
It felt a little, you're not old enough to remember this, but the Reggie Jackson third home run against the Dodgers in the World Series, it kind of had that kind of feel, like I can't believe what we're seeing right now. And I know you love to look at a guy's swing, and he had not been swinging the bat particularly well, 3 for 29 coming into this game. What did he iron out? Because he certainly fixed it in a hurry.
It's interesting because, we've been talking about all week on Get Up is just the fact that he's flying that front side, and just how much teams, and it started with the Phillies, by the way, they've been tacking him inside. And because of that, his front side had been flying, and then he was flying at so many different pitches. I really believe, David, because the fact that he was pitching, it was like everything got brought down a notch. And this is what's ironic.